Ok, le acabo de leer las instrucciones ahora mismo. Acuérdense que los golpes son válidos del ombligo para arriba. Y cuando digo break es un paso para atrás sin tirar. ¿Están de acuerdo? Choco en guantes, Dios los bendice. Vámonos.
Roberto Ramirez with the initial or the final instructions there for Emmanuel Navarrete and Panchito Horta. He said the punches are legal from the belly button up. So let's get going, Tim.
Yeah, the punches are legal from the belly button up, but I'm looking at Navarrete.
大家好，师傅从业风水20余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过八字测算、命理分析、风水布局、法事化解等方式知命改运，并获得了巨大成功。如果你的财运不佳、事业不顺、情感婚姻不和等诸事烦心，原主可添加雨林师傅微信1185732211，帮你调节化解。记住微信11857322。
4 days ago, December 8th of 2018, against Isaac Dogbe. You see those looping shots, and man, you hear the cheers of Vaquero Vaquero. Talked about him being just less than 100 miles away from the city of Puebla, and the fans came out in mass to appreciate what he's done so far as a professional, as a world champion. A lot of family, a lot of friends, everybody asking for tickets.
Yeah, definitely. It could be a lot of distractions, but Navarrete, he seems like a real pro to me. You know, he adjusted well in LA, you know, in his first title defense. Then I seen him again, and he adjusted very well when he was out in Vegas, and he handled his business, and I think he's going to handle his business tonight. Navarrete, he's a slow starter. You know, he'll take a good look at you. He'll use his jab at range, and then occasionally he'll test you. He'll come around with the left hook, leaping left hook, or overhand looping overhand right. Right now, he's just having a look at Horta right now.
It's not pretty. You know, there's no... You're not going to teach your kids how to fight watching Navarrete.
No, you're not.
But he can finish, and that's something that even he can't explain. He says, I know it's not pretty. I understand that, but it works for me.
But that's what makes him very hard to fight. He's very unorthodox. You know, he's very awkwardly clever, some would say.
Just to put things into perspective, having Belinda singing the national anthem is pretty impressive. She's a big pop star in Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Navarrete should be very happy that he's at that level when he fights in Mexico.
There's Navarrete right there. He's switched southpaw just for a moment. Landed a nice combination as Horta backed up against the ropes.
It was really effective switching southpaw. That's a new wrinkle in the game. I mean, we've seen it, but it really worked for him early on in this fight.
No, he can fight from any position. He could be squared up and shoot a bomb. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he's at. He's just looking to land.
And you mentioned it. A lot of fighters, they'll mention the fact that at fighter meetings, they'll say, man, I'd rather fight a guy that just 1-2, come forward, very orthodox, right, easy to time, as opposed to this type of fighter where you don't know where the punch was coming from. And you face someone like that at Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, very awkward. Very awkward style. Manny Pacquiao, he does have a lot more form than Navarrete does.
But just the punch angles and the speed.
Yes.
Round one is in the books here. Faldo Ortega right on the border here with California. And he understands that he needed to switch something up.
Yeah.
He'd been fighting out of Cancun for the longest time. And he said, hey, I'm going for the title. I need to change everything around it.
Yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, when that pressure's on you, well, most of the time when that pressure's on you, when you fight for the world championship, you know, you want to give yourself the best chance of winning the fight. So, you know, sometimes you got to make those type of choices and move away and go find the better sparring and the better work, so you'll be better prepared for your fights.
I don't know how you prepare for these wild shots from Emmanuel Navarrete, but that's what Panchito Horta was trying to do as he digs well to the body here in round number 2.
What it's going to take to beat a fighter like Navarrete is a very technical fighter. Someone that has some punching power, too, to get his respect and also catch him in between those wild swinging punches that Navarrete loves to throw.
And one of the things about Horta I've called a fight of his previously is when he gets tagged, he comes back with something. And that may be dangerous against Navarrete because Navarrete is the type of guy who throws 3-4 punches at a time.
There he is. Horta thought he was safe out at distance. came along the ropes, and what did Navarrete do? He's kept.
Oh, nice left hook.
Look at those shots.
And you see Horta just taking a step back as Navarrete switches from orthodox to southpaw to whatever, gets caught in the middle and still is able to land from a distance.
You know who he reminds me of, Navarrete? He reminds me of Margarito.
Okay.
He's a smaller version of Margarito.
But I would even say Margarito had more technique than Navarrete. That's saying something. But here you see just Navarrete. It works for him, man. Being awkward, being a power punching machine. He's effective too. It's like having an ugly car that's all beat up on the outside, but you got a, 354 cubic engine in there that just runs other people down on the street, and
right, he's a sleeper.
Exactly. See the hooks coming in from the right and left hand of Navarrete. He's got his opponent pinned on the ropes, and that's the last place you want to be against Emmanuel Navarrete.
But look how those punches, they're coming from odd angles. They're coming around the outside, then up the middle, then back around the outside, then straight. Navarrete, he throws punches at the oddest angles. It's not Manny Pacquiao style, but it's his way of doing things.
He got caught coming in because he was leaping in. But Horta not able to do much against Emmanuel Navarrete, who just keeps throwing punches and punches here as round 2 of this scheduled 12-round fight comes to a conclusion. And next week,
10 knockouts, 20 fights. He has suspect power, but not, I would say, respectable power.
Let's take a look at the total punches so far. 135 thrown in 2 rounds. He's already landed 42 punches. Most of those power punches at a 31% clip compared to just 12 out of 50 for his opponent, Panchito Horta, who once again gets backed up. And this time, Navarrete didn't follow him into the corner, but Navarrete is just tough to fight, tough to figure out. Nice body shot there with the right hook from Emmanuel Navarrete. They're asking Horta to close his guard, to keep his hands up. But at some point, he's got to let him go, and that's where Navarrete is going to make him pay.
Yep, Horta's a tall fighter. He's going to keep those hands up. Navarrete is going to come around with body shots, and then he's going to lift him up with uppercuts. He's going to split the guards of Horta.
Navarrete makes a lot of mistakes, including stepping straight back, and he got caught by Horta with the right hook there. But he also makes him miss plenty of times. Left hook from Navarrete trying to set up a power shot.
Man, you hear those shots, don't you, Bernardo?
100%.
You can hear them. Those are heavy shots coming from Navarrete.
Don't compare him to Margarito in that way. You hear the Vaquero chants from his hometown fans there in Mexico. Wants to put on a show for them, and so far, he's doing a good job. With his limitations, he comes out and always gives his best. There you see that body shot.
And you see the response right there. He didn't have to say anything. And Horta bagging up, taking 3 steps back from that body shot that Navarrete just landed.
Horta with the overhand right. Doesn't even
budge him.
Derail Navarrete from coming forward.
No.
Oh, nice right hand there once again from Horta. This is the fight that Navarrete wants, though. He wants Horta to let his hands go so he can land his inside shot.
Exactly.
Now Panchito getting some love from the fans. Oh, nice right hand to follow that combination from Emmanuel Navarrete.
No, the shots are just really heavy coming from Navarrete. It's almost like going into a gunfight. If I was Horta, Horta has a BB gun. Navarrete, he got a 40. He got a 40 caliber, man.
He knows how to make it pop as he does there with the right and left hook combination to close out this 3rd round. He's used to fighting at altitude. That's where he grew up. Yeah. But he hasn't fought there the last 4 times. And here we see the power punches 143 thrown, 60 landed at a 42% clip. And he's basically he's landed 6 less than his opponent has thrown in terms of power punches. That just goes to show you as we have a headbutt here.
Any blood?
Cut? Nope, neither's the worse for wear. The referee Roberto Ramirez says nothing has happened here. Come on, get back to the fight. Good jab, and that establishes a flurry of punches from Manuel Navarrete. Big left hook from the fighter from Mexico City.
You can tell Navarrete right now, he's going for it. He smells blood. He feels his opponent weakening, and he's trying to get it over with right now.
You see the body language, too, of Panchito Horta changing. He's got him up against the corner, and this is where Manuel Navarrete does his best work, and you can hear the crowd appreciating although Horta lands a nice counter right.
Navarrete, he's okay with getting hit with those shots because those shots are not hard at all coming from Horta. Just so he can get in position to land his punches, his power punches.
See the legs of Horta weakening here in the 4th round. Manuel Navarrete is dangerous in round 4. He lands a nice body shot, could have been right on the belt line. And here comes Panchito Horta.
You see the toughness in Horta.
Now he's the one backing up Manuel Navarrete. He's hoping that Navarrete punched himself out.
Let me tell you, Bernardo, Navarrete ain't punched himself out.
I know, and you know, right, but Horta doesn't know. The right hook from Navarrete, and here comes another barrage as the blood begins to flow once again from the nose of Panchito Horta, who takes a body shot. He's very valiant, but we saw what happened with another valiant fighter, Miguel Gonzalez, who wasn't throwing punches and was taking punishment. And here it comes to an end once again. Manuel Navarrete with a big knockout of Panchito Horta in his 4th title defense. The first time he does it on home soil. And Navarrete continues to impress.
Continues to impress, continue to dominate. You know, this was a good style for him. Style fighter. I want to see Navarrete against a technical boxer. A pure technical boxer. As he moves up, I want to see who's in this weight class that can give this man a challenge. What about Roman?
But if he can continue to do this is going to entice him to keep fighting at this weight. Now the round started with a headbutt, and then it just became a barrage of punches for Navarrete.
Just overpowering Horta. Look at how he sits down on these shots. He's looking to land a well-placed shot. There he is, just landing a barrage of punches, and then the follow-up nice lead left hook right there from Navarrete. Digging down to the body, just punishing Horta with power shots.
And it was a body shot that prompted Roberto Ramirez